but not mesothelioma, and I have mesothelioma. It is thought due to me having the cancer gene, but really it is unclear why Ray hasn't and I have. Ray worked at Chatham Dockyard as an apprentice with a break for national service. In this time, being in the dockyard, he worked as a shipwright and with the wonder product, Asbestos. He was never told it was dangerous, so he wasn't protected. He just worked in ovals. No showers before coming home. He would strip off and change into casual clothes, and I would wash his clothes. I lived a very full life, a normal life, as I saw the children grow up, leave school, go to work and to marry. We retired and bought a motorhome and began to enjoy life to the full. And then at 68, my life turned around. I had problems breathing and my hands became numb, and so I was sent for an x-ray. And on polling day in May the 1st, I struggled to even walk to a few yards to vote. I could not breathe. I got back home where I had a phone call from the GP. He told me a bed had been arranged in the Kent and Canterbury and would I get there now. I did as I was told, and the doctors drained 5 litres of fluid from my lung, which had collapsed under the weight, and I also had a bent diaphragm. And so my journey began, of operations, biopsies and chemo. I had times of shrinkage and times of growing. I entered a trial that didn't work, and so I was back. So was I on a placebo? I don't know. And as you are not allowed to know that information, even the doctor didn't know. I'm now on 4th line chemo, which is very rare in my area, and so the oncologist could only offer me cisplatin and a limiter. But I became very allergic to those, so I returned to St Bart's to find out what alternatives were available to me. Carbo chemo was offered, but I came back to my local hospital for the treatment. We need a system that is more central, a central database where information is shared. Why does a doctor in the south know more about mesothelioma than a doctor in the north? Why does one hospital know more about drugs that can be used and others do not know? I have had to do all my own research. I've been in charge of my disease. I want the doctors to be in charge, to be able to tell me what I need. That doesn't happen, not always, and they talk about quality of life, but I can't give in. It's not easy for us. We have a death sentence over us. We need more money spent on research. Mesothelioma is not the rare cancer that I keep being told. That excuse is very lame. Asbestos damage is laying in so many lungs, hidden but growing into tumours, and there will be more and more cases diagnosed. The second wave is coming of people that have done DIY in their younger years, and children sat surrounded by asbestos in their schools. There is so much to look at, and I get so frustrated that there are so many trials in the USA, Australia and Europe. When I ask about what is here, there isn't much, and they are usually for 1st or 2nd line chemo. I'm now having 4th line, and so I'll be looking at 5th line maybe next year. Mine is slow growing, so my survival has been good. I have made 4 years instead of the 3 months diagnosed in the beginning. We are supposed to be in Europe, so why can't we share the grants and share their research and trials together to fight this disease? I realise the country that finds a cure will be rich, but not at the cost of patients' lives. Please join together and share this information. Please look at chemo washes and cryo, where they freeze the tumours. Earlier detection, so I could maybe have had a lung removed even. I can cope with meso, so I could surely cope without a lung. All I ask is all the treatments be explained in great detail with more options made available. Far too many times, patients are told to go home, enjoy what little time they have left with their families, and do the bucket list. The way we have found out so much information is through Facebook, where we have joined together around the world and seek info from each other to help and cry with each other as each patient dies. There is no other cancer that has this personal backup. Thank you for listening to me. We were all given months, and then some of us are lucky enough to have gained years. We could be grateful to our should be grateful to our doctors and nurses that we are stretching the boundaries. We are the pioneers, and now we are teaching the medical profession. One day there will be a cure, and we will have played a big part. But